How to use Blab.im for live streaming when using it for your organization. In this video, we'll look at the latest updates that have happened during August 2015 on the desktop for using Blab, specifically to your personal profile and also to the homepage. Hi, my name is Krishna Day. You'll find me online at Krishna.me. And I've been exploring how to use Blab for your organization. You can find previous videos at krishna.me/blab. The app is very new and it's available officially now on the iOS store. It's not yet available for Android, but today I want to look at two significant updates that have happened recently in terms of using Blab on desktop. That's the profile page, your personal profile page, or that for your organization, if that's the account that you've established, and also the home page. So the first thing you can see here is by going to blab.im / your name that you registered with. So for me, it's / Krishna Day. You can see your avatar, your bio. There's a clickable link there that you can use. And in fact, by clicking that link, at the time of us recording this, that will take you over to more resources about using Blab for your business. You can see how many followers somebody has and how many people they're following. So in fact, you can go through and you can click and see the people that are following me. So I can see here people who recently followed me, and then I can make a decision about following them. So in this particular case, I know somebody, so I can then click to say then I want to follow them. In your settings, you can change the notifications about what information you receive from people, and I cover that in a previous video. I can also go through and see who I'm following. You'll also see available here any of the recordings that you've done in terms of the replays. So I have participated in, and I've also hosted additional Blabs to what's showing here, but there are only 3 where I hit the record button to record those events. And that can happen both from your iOS device or, in fact, the desktop, which is what we're looking at today. I should also add that by using Blab.im on desktop, the browser that works most effectively would be Chrome. However, I do regularly use Blab.im on Firefox. So at any stage when you're on Blab and you see somebody there you want to know a little bit more about, for example, here's a colleague of mine, Phil Aston. By clicking on that profile, I can bring up his profile and I can see who he's following, who's following him, and also if there are any replays. Now, I do know that Phil has been on Blab, but he's chosen for any Blabs that he's hosted himself not to make the recording available. At the moment, there's no way to delete recordings. You would need to contact the Blab team directly to ask to do so. So now let's look at the other significant change that's happened to Blab on desktop. Until recently, we only had 3 categories that we could use to actually find people on Blab. But what has changed now is that you'll see there are now many more different tags. So the Blab team have developed a number of areas of focus that they see content is being produced about. So perhaps it's sport, it's comedy, it's food, it's self-improvement. It might be marketing topics that you're actually creating events about here on Blab for live streaming. So just by clicking the area where it says tech, I can now see any events that are on live. I can also see scheduled content. And then by scrolling down, I can also discover past content that's available for us to watch. So let's take a look at 2 of these events that are happening now live. One of them here has just 1 tag and one has 3 tags. If you are now setting up an event from the desktop, you can tag up to 3 times. So for many of these events, if they were previously scheduled, they've been allocated into a particular category by the Blab team because this is such a new feature. But if you are going to schedule a new event, this is what you want to look for. So when you are hosting a Blab, you're going to put in a title. Then it gives me the ability to identify the categories that I want this to go into. So for example, it might be I want it to go into general, I want it to go into food, and I actually may want it to go into cooking. Do pay attention to the title that you use and include in there keywords that you know people might be searching for, both in terms of on Blab, because you can search now within Blab, which I'll show you in just a moment, and they also apply when the event is shared from Blab to Twitter, and again people might be searching. So you could use hashtags, you could use @mentions of the people that you're interviewing. Please note you can only tag 3 times, and then you can then look to go live now or schedule the event. So just coming back to the home page, the other thing you'll see up here is the area for search. So in there, if I do a search and I put in my name, what you'll see are blabs that I've hosted, but also blabs that I've actually participated in. Although I have to say, this isn't one I participated in, so I'm not sure why that's been thrown up as an error there. But you can also see that if there are other blabs that I've dropped into the video chat on, so it's not that I've hosted them, I actually will be coming up in that search. So that's a great way to say, I wonder what other blabs that people have participated in, or you can't remember the title of a blab, but you remember somebody was in it, then you actually can search for them by their name. I want to give you another example where you just might search by a keyword, and perhaps that keyword isn't identified in the tags. So let's take the example of putting in the word police, because I know that I watched a live event that was hosted by West Midlands Police in the UK, which is a really great event to see the police forces from a number of different locations in the UK exploring and talking about how they might consider using Blab as part of their digital communications. Many of them are already using tools like Google Hangouts on Air and Periscope. So because of that keyword being in there, I can see it here, it comes up. So that was in the title. And I can also see there's another chat that's going on, which is with somebody in another place who's actually got an event, and it says Ask the Police, and it's a cop chat that they're doing in a day's time. So that's just an example of how you want to make sure that you pay attention to the titles that you are given to your blabs, both for search within Blab, but also when it's shared out into other networks. So it's great to see discoverability really improving on Blab. And these changes are going to be rolled out onto iOS very soon, but you'll find them at this point in time at Blab.im on the desktop. If you found this tutorial of assistance and you want to learn more about how to use Blab for live streaming, both on desktop and on iOS, I encourage you to go to Krishna.me/Blab. And over there, you'll find free video tutorials to help you navigate your way through this new live streaming platform. If you enjoyed this video, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also follow me on Twitter, because I'm constantly sharing updates and tips about how to integrate visual content marketing and live streaming into your business.